The emotional link. Secretly, there's like a tracker in the bandana. Like mother's heart rate, bodily functions, and all that stuff.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras,
Hey, Ocelot.
I
How you
have
doing?
both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
Who's that lady in the cars? I mean, the helicopter as well. Crazy mini
What are we
nuke
going to do with the girl?
rocket launcher.
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
Who's
Nice
that girl?
catch. I'll take her.
And
Not
why does
so
she have everything to
fast,
do with
my
nanomachines?
A kiss of death.
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her.
Look at me.
She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new
Lipstick.
toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow
Don't worry,
Russians?
future ally. I'll save you. And then we'll ride around on a motorbike and be sweet.
Colonel!
This is our own country though. Why would you do this? That was why Oslo eventually joined Big Boss. And Liquid Snake. And Soul of the Snake. Is it Soul of the Snake? Pretty sure it is. Shit, man. That's one big ass spoon. I wonder if I turn the saturation up just a little bit too high. Like, I know they oversaturate this game on purpose, but whatever. First save.
What a thrill.
Checking hard disk. New file.
Darkness
Yes.
and silence through the night.
Bling. Hurry up.
What a thrill.
Slowest save in the world. There we go.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
Konami presents the best theme song in the world.
But you're so supreme.
Man, it feels like a James Bond theme song. Which is so good.
Not for honor, but for you. In my time.
I mean, if they ever did make a Metal Gear movie, it would be this game. Because it's pretty much just James Bond.
It's the way I treat you. I'm still
Crazy Snake.
a dream.
The jazzy.
Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light.
I would love a Shaq version of this song.
Not for honor, but
People who sang Shaq. I don't know what they're called. Should, but I don't. There's never really a huge number of jazz funk musicians.
it's the way I'd like to live. I'm still in a dream. Snake eater. I'm still in a dream. Snake eater.
Peace. Ba ba da ba da. Now, if you replaced all those snake bones with women, it would be a James Bond title sequence as well.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil
Such a great
pressure and
song.
voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
1 week later.
Snake,
Miraculously,
recover
all his
Skylar
bones have
jump
been
this time
healed.
around.
Because,
Airspace
oh, it
security
takes
has
a week,
gotten
right?
tighter since we were last here.
I suppose he
Can't get
does
as
have
close to the
nano
ground as we
machines,
did during
so.
the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad.
No guts up here, guys. There's no guys, giant bastard swords.
So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
Ah,
What are you
shit.
talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited.
The gasp.
Have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the
What?
White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson? Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
Ah,
It was
Mr.
a hotline
Kind.
call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion.
What?
At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft.
Yes?
Does any of this
This is
sound familiar
me,
to you?
President Johnson.
In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
Ah, this is only secondary.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
Ah, Armageddon. That's a terrible movie. We don't want to see that
So
again.
you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin, of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During
I love
World
this
War
so
II,
much.
she was the one who led us to victory
That's
in
right.
that war.
Uncharted, the
Russia, you
Nathan
know her
Drake
as
guy's
Voyvoda.
uncle or whatever he is.
You mean
That voice
the
actor.
boss? The mother of your special forces?
How do I not
Yes,
know his name?
that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. But serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one
Until
of these
now.
weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a
Yep.
single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
Yep.
I've said
Jeez,
it
you're so
once
good.
and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1
Two,
week.
actually.
You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence.
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little
How about
coaction?
gift? We
I
give
would not
gift.
expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You
Roger.
have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing.
3x.
Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military.
Brezhnev.
Be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal.
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
Okay, just for you. We continue.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And
Ah,
eliminating
shit.
the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence.
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw
Mr.
this one up,
Presidente.
and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September
That she completely whipped
1960.
my ass.
Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB.
So,
exactly
where are
this
the
kind
other
of situation.
apprentices?
Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Vulcan's ranks.
Look at all these gizmos.
We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Oh, they're all boreals.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
It's flying straight to the ground. It's going to miss like a bold eagle. Yeah, back in the sweet ass stance. With a bandana on this time.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one
2
more time.
parachutes in 2 weeks.
Rescue Sokolov.
It's too
Find
much.
out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't
I
forget
did it,
about Colonel
I
Volk.
did it.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right, then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over
But I
from
picked the
square
wrong
one.
From square zero. My frequency is 140.85. Oh, I almost forgot.
Oh, no.
Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance, too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint.
Ah, good job, paramedic.
He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you
Oh
infiltrate the
no,
research
not a
facility.
medical license.
If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
0.96.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in
96.
last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to
Sigint.
rescue
Who's
Sokolov.
this?
How'll I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and Lali Lule Lo.
Lali Lulelo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful,
Okay.
it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent, to the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission.
Patriots.
Snake,
and
if you fail this
Lali
mission,
Lule.
it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Okay. Let's just do it in here instead. What is it? Is it the queue I have to go to? Spin, 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 spin. Is that enough? Yeah. Alright. 3, 2, 1, 0. Rough called.